sting. Try to kill it all the way. Try to remember everything. What have I become? My sweetest of friends. Everyone I know goes away in the end. And you could have it all. My empire will turn. I will let you
Record now.
down. Oh, I'll make you hurt, baby.
Try that again. We're going to do 1, 2, 3, clap, okay? 1, 2, 3.
Got it.
Close enough. Hello and welcome to the
Yeah.
fucking mystery fucking
Misery.
tour, where funny people discuss life's unfunniest things. With me, as always, is my
We're
guest.
back. We're back in the saddle
Hello,
again.
hello, Atlanta. It's been 13 long years since we've been here. Oh, you have a good Jagger. You got the kind of chicken thing going. Okay, not a video podcast. This is just for me.
No, not a video podcast. This is just audio,
No,
baby. They don't
none.
get any of this.
Exclusive. So, yeah. So, how y'all doing in the fucking apocalypse? I guess we're.
Well, you have to remember, this is crazy because Magic Misery Tour is waking up in the middle
No, this
of
is
an apocalypse.
this is Cthulhu. Come
If
to,
you think
come
about
to
it.
feed.
Right, like we were just like, it's all about misery and it's tough and we're all getting through it and this is fun. Look at this stupid band over here, and then cut to middle of pandemic. That's
middle
when you
of
decide
pandemic,
to bring it back.
fucking respirators invading the lungs and becoming sentient, and we all knew this was coming. I think we predicted this episode 38. Frankly, it just kind of happens.
Wasn't quick enough,
Yeah.
in my opinion, baby.
Yeah,
You know, I love
know.
you.
Well, we've been kicking around for a while. The whole idea was we were going to bring the podcast back because you had moved, therefore the studio moved into an entirely different neighborhood of the city. I also was going to be moving in the upcoming months, so the idea was like, all right, let's hold back till we move up, we're close together, and then we'll get it restarted. And then, oh, by the way, if you're too close to each other, you'll both die, and your assholes will get coronavirus and explode along with your lungs. But your asshole first.
It does become a problem, yeah. And then you also take into only recording video virtual podcasts like a fucking fat girl who lays on her back and tries to get a
you
good
can see
angle.
you can see my cleavage, but only one of my chins from this
Look
angle.
at my.
Is this good?
No, you look good. You look good. Look at this sexy man. Down 10 pounds, maybe going on 12. No one knows, dude. Cutting weight for Magic Misery Tour.
That's
You
right.
know
Yeah,
when we're coming
I've
back?
cut weight. My eyebrows have reverted to their previous ghostly specter-like shade. Ugh, I'm not a fan of it. So yeah, neither of us have done comedy in like 2 months now. When was the last time you got up?
I haven't even done a virtual one, but I haven't. Shit. That would have been. No, I don't even know. I can't remember. There was the attempt to do one before that, but I think the last thing I did. Oof, dude, I can't even remember which one the solid one was. I can't remember.
So
When was the last time you did?
pretty much. God, the funny thing is, if stand-up comedy never comes back, my final set ever was eating shit at the Grape Room. Yeah,
Hell yeah.
and I might have actually
yeah, dude.
ended the set with like, okay, fuck all of you. I hope you all catch this and die. And
Dude, fucking nothing better than a fucking sweet like Jesse Dram making wine at the Grape Room, dude. Just fermenting
Dude,
those grapes.
It was new stuff I was working on. I had this whole bit on like, rappers try to be intimidating. You would think they wouldn't all be named Lil, the least intimidating name ever. That's a funny thing. That's a funny observation. Guess what? Nobody gives a fuck. They want stories. They want I don't want to say who, but a terrible comedian went on after me and fucking killed, and I have never been angrier in my entire comedy career.
Yeah, they
Exactly.
knew who they are.
I'm up there throwing pearls before fucking swine. Like, you ever see your dad's dick? And then this person goes up like, I have kids and my husband wants to fuck me, but nah. And these trained fucking seals tripping over their dicks clapping. Is that a thing trained seals do? I don't know. That's what I pictured.
Trained seals tripping over their dicks is one of my
It's the
new
first
favorite
thing
bumper
they
stickers.
learn. It's the first trick they learn. They learn that before the ball on the nose.
It's my new favorite sayings that my mom says before I leave for college. It's my new one. It's you don't become one of those trained fucking seals that trip over their dicks to get an A, you
Honey,
fucking plebe. And I'm like, Mom,
Honey,
all right, good
Rome
stuff.
wasn't
I love
built
it.
in a day, but the first lesson is always how to trip over your own dick. Now go get your Now go get your
I
badge.
only wish, you know what I mean? One of these days. Oh no, that's a Corona cough.
It's dry. Well, there's a reason it's dry, and that's because I'm vaping. Which, of course, this is a vaping podcast. It's something we both do, right?
No. I'm completely
Okay,
off
well,
it, baby.
update the
Yeah, I'm all
people on
gone.
how you're doing great
I'm
for
in the wind.
yourself, and now I'll also have to change my habits and shame.
No, it's not great, dude. It's not great. It's all bad. I don't know. I stopped vaping. I thought I was dying, so I just stopped. That's all you need to know, baby. But I know, Magic Misery Tour, you think, why would that stop you? You know, you want to go into the fucking grave gracefully. And, but it was it was kind of too painful. It was kind of like, I don't want to die all painful. I want to die like I've been thinking about this. I want to die the way everyone should. I want to die on drugs in a hospital. That's how everyone
Here's
should
the thing,
die.
though, that I've heard about this, and maybe I think a wire got crossed at some point, and I was wrong. I have actually read that people who pretty much, if there's no such thing as the afterlife, which there isn't, one of the worst things you can do is have pain medication on the way out. And here's the logic I've heard of that. I've heard that that actually suppresses. So the whole idea of the thing we might have closest to like an actual afterlife is when you die, the brain floods with DMT, which has time distortion properties.
Right.
So pretty much your last few, 15 minutes of life and brain activity could feel like an infinity. That could be the only glimpse of heaven we get, is us just thinking we're in heaven for 15 minutes, but to us it feels like forever. However, if you're on opioids, you don't get that fucking DMT experience. You just get to lay there and you feel good. I mean, it's fucking opium.
Does morphine count?
Morphine counts.
Morphine's not. Yeah, I guess well, that's definitely an opioid. I mean, I was thinking of like, damn it, what's just another one? What's another good? Keep talking.
Well, again, it's opium. It's still a good thing, but is it, looking into the abyss and seeing it reign eternal through fucking time as you'll experience?
Oh, I don't need all that shit. I just want to feel
Fuck,
warm.
dude, fuck warm. I want to see dead pets. Which, oh, by the way, so since we've done
Oh,
this,
really?
one of my pet rabbits has died, and the other one's.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah, the other one's not doing too good. He fucking fell off a chair and ate shit and fucking busted his wing. So, yeah. Exactly. I don't know. I was trying to, when people say like, I'm down a propeller when they got a broken arm. Is that a thing people say? I remember
I get
a drunk
you.
said this to me in a
Um,
bar once, and
No,
there you
but I'm down a propeller. Don't mind me. I used to be a ship's captain. This makes no
got
sense.
a hole
Why
in
he's
my
using
sail. I got.
as metaphors.
So yeah, but the
Well, no, I felt so bad to see the little rabbit go.
but so there's a thing that got something with pets where it's called my little loved one ran across the Rainbow Bridge, and that's where all dead pets die. And then when you die, you get to go over the Rainbow Bridge, and all the pets that died before you are there to greet you. My little bunny Abby and my dog Lucy and that parakeet that I fucking flew into a fan. He's not glad to see me, but that's his job. It's the Rainbow Bridge.
And that's a
and
real
what I'm
thing that
saying is,
happened,
if you have pain pills, you don't see the Rainbow Bridge and your fucking hamster doesn't come back to love you.
Well, see, now this is
No,
what
the
doesn't make any
hamster
sense.
leads
So
you
not
to the
only-
right
okay,
hand
so if you
of the
take
Father
opioids-
and Jesus and L. Ron Hubbard.
How much time do you get if you go sober? It sounds like you're making up. Like it's like not only do you see all of eternity and it's held there in time, you also get to see your pets. You stop to each one of them and hang out. Like you're like naming what you see all your parents, you see all the loved ones. I'm like, how much time do you have to die in that moment? Don't you
I'm not
put your
I'm,
hand over top
I'm
of
adjusting
fucking
so I don't have
piece
to
of shit.
hold it.
Oh, get that thigh up there, dude. Yeah, get those
This is
creamy
the-
whites.
This is the
Get those
least
creamy
flattering
whites up
angle
there.
I have ever seen of myself. This is what you'll see at my funeral,
No,
laying
for
in the
your
coffin.
face,
This
it's
is like, come by, say hello.
No, the side is fine. As long as we don't get big chins. As long as you and I don't get puffy necks and
Well, I
big
mean, you'll be
chins,
fine
we're
without the puffy neck because you quit fucking vaping, asshole. So,
Yeah, dude, I'm fucking spectacular.
how do your lungs feel? Because here was the thing. You and I, both former smokers, personally, when I switched to vaping, my lungs felt so much better. I breathed way better.
Well, you have to remember, I'm coming at this from a place of real vaginoliptish. Just sweet vaginoliptish, which is a cream that I rub on myself.
And it's,
It's made of
and it's
vaginoliptish.
somehow
It's
somehow a
it's
little sour
vaginoliptus.
every few weeks. And you don't explain. You don't bring it up.
Isn't it so crazy?
If you're a
Isn't that
gentleman, you
weird?
don't bring it up.
Yeah, no, I mean, I gotta bring it up. But I haven't vaped because I'm worried that it's gonna make my lungs worse at this point. But I'm not 100% positive anything is wrong with my lungs. I have to say that to you. Like, again, I'm dealing with this. Might be, anxiety. This might be, I don't know. I don't know. So I have no idea what it is. It might just be that I was propping that up as a problem. I just haven't vaped though. So I'm fine. My lungs feel fine. But you're right. You moved from smoking to vaping. You
Oh
immediately
yeah, I could
notice a
fucking
difference.
sing. I could
You immediately
run.
do.
That was not happening. I was fucking 26 and a 10-year smoker. And it was not good. It was not good at all.
Exactly. I remember multiple times having trouble going upstairs. Like, I mean, I didn't have trouble going up the stairs, but I remember
You're
being
paying for it.
like smelling fucking burnt toast
And
running upstairs. That's not good.
You've smoked since you were
bad,
pretty young,
I think.
right? Oh,
12,
God. So you're
like
like
that.
fucking 14, just like going to the third story of the house. Like, hey, Ma, I gotta sit down for a minute.
Oh, man. I remember being that young, and it's not a problem because your lungs are so, you're so young, you're so resilient. And then when you start to notice it, it's when, you're drinking, you're smoking like a pack a night. You know what I mean? You get into the real bad party times, and then you're just like, oh, yeah, I'm just making it terrible on my body is a cesspool filled with fucking bums taking shits on my
I
chest.
cannot imagine what it feels like to be in your young 20s and not be on some drug or body damaging thing of any variety. Like, shouldn't you feel like a golden god at that? Like, just fucking you could fucking get a running start and jump onto the top of a fucking building, but we're all smoking and drinking and hungover.
Well, you've seen that show. You've seen that new show, right? Too Hot to Handle or whatever. Those are people who don't smoke. That's what that is. If you see that Netflix show, you will notice. Yeah. I mean, I immediately saw the commercial, that long trailer. I was like, nope, I do not need to see those people. I get it. I could get like you if I really cared. Like, if I really cared, fine. I'd be like, all right, that's fine. Let me crunch this out and be fucking miserable.
Listen,
Great.
I'm not
But-
really impressed by the guy or the gal who gets laid a lot if it's clear that this is the only thing they work towards in life. Is like, oh no, I want to look hot so I can fuck other hot people. There's no hot guy writing a fucking sonnet anywhere.
Well, right, and you see that. I think what Seamus had, like, he had put out like a clip. He was like a girl just being like, "This is like like a sexual problem or like a protest for our
so
brains."
For people
It's
who
like,
have not had the
Jesus
benefit of seeing Too
Christ.
Hot to Handle, the gist is they invite
sure.
on 8 9, whatever, really hot young people onto this like pleasure island scenario, and they all meet, and oh man, this is great, and you're so sexy. They're fucking grabbing titties and dongs within the first 5 minutes, giving a good hey, how you doing, giving a knock on the ball sack there, and then and then 6 hours into it, the narrator thing basically says like, so here's the premise of the show: none of you are allowed to have sex. There's $100,000 prize, and it goes down every time you do
so
anything.
Stupid. Oh, so dumb. It's so stupid. Like I mean, honestly, really, this is my worst nightmare, though, Jesse. This is my worst nightmare. Where like. It is actually becoming idiocracy.
Oh, yeah.
Like, now we're getting to the place where like the young people are folded inside of themselves, thinking both things. They're thinking, even if they're that dumb, they're thinking both things, right? They're thinking, oh, well, this is just a game for a show that is stupid on television. But it's stupid, but someone's going to get money. So why shouldn't I get the money, right? I'm hot. I should get the money. Do whatever you think. And there's a producer fucking...
Oh, I didn't get as far as the producer.
Yeah. Oh, no, there is no producer. I don't know. I'm saying that you know that there are producers. Dude, Jesus Christ. Are you kidding? You know producers on The Real World were like, I don't know. She said you were a cunt, so I don't know. Whatever. I don't know. Maybe you shouldn't storm into that room and fight them. I don't know. It's whatever.
I mean,
like,
Jimmy...
This show has nothing.
No, I was just going to say, like, oh, yeah, no. I mean, Jimmy said you were a pussy and you wouldn't do anything about it, but... I don't know. I guess he's right, kind of. Oh, there he is over there.
Yeah, dude, this one has nothing other than they cannot fuck. Like, it has no... Like, I want to see the smart ones after the fact. Somebody who won it and then split, like, a quarter of it with someone else who's like, oh, yeah, we just snuck off when they couldn't find us and we fucked and then no one cared. Like, because I just want them to game the system of dumbness that the fucking show is.
I still haven't
stupid
watched all
to
of it.
just be like, oh, you're too hot to handle, but you're not allowed to fuck. Oh, I'm like, this is idiocracy. Are you fucking kidding me? Do not watch this. And then, yes, comedians got a hold of it, and then I lose that argument immediately because then comics are making jokes about it. So
that's okay. I know that feeling, dude. I've been watching fucking 1950s Japanese 4-hour classic film epics. I am very far outside of the fucking zeitgeist. I just finished Crime and Punishment the other day for the first time ever because I'm a goddamn snob. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I don't even... how good do
I've
you
written
feel? You feel
so
good about
many
it?
jokes about fucking like, oh man, I was tied in a twister. I was a regular Raskolnikov. Nothing?
Not related to anybody.
Neil,
I love it.
Neil,
Yeah, these are going to go
really
great.
The Porfiry Petrovich of our group of friends. Let me tell you that much. Just so conniving, but you know, I killed that old lady with the axe. Ugh. Neil, I'm never. We're never going to get anywhere unless everybody gets. Here's the thing. I can't even say if the world was much smarter, I'd probably just be into even less fun, smart things.
Yeah, no, I mean, you have a Dan Harmon problem, 100%.
Alcoholism.
I mean, Dan Harmon with Community, like, all you need to know is that he's too, and then with, obviously, we both watch Rick and Morty, like, you're too smart a lot of the time for your own good, but also, I mean, even, I've been in the same place. I mean, you're a little more, definitely more literary than me. Like sonnets and shit, which is stupid.
There's a level where it's like, okay, I don't get this. That's fine. Like,
yeah, but you could, if we dressed you up, gave you a couple of false teeth, you put your dentures in, dude. You'd be a great extra or like a nice little featured character in any of the fancy schmancy. Oh, please, what? Like just like in a fucking rom-com, just like please, Deborah doesn't know anything about fancy wines from Australia. That's hysterical. Ah. I mean, I look the part, but you can walk.
I look like a fucking electrician that learned how to read more than flammable or inflammable.
Why haven't you written the? I mean, I guess there's already a show. There has to be a show, and I don't know what time we're at already. What time we're? Oh, we're only 20 minutes. All right, 19 minutes. Why haven't you? I've been thinking about. I need to write either a horror movie. I need to write a horror, and I know you've written movies already, but I feel like, yeah, I feel like the one you need to write is you as the Well, this has kind of already been done, but a little bit, but not in the same way. Like you as the father, and then your son as the true blue collar. So like you're the blue collar guy who grew up blue collar, but you're also super sophisticated in some ways. Like you've educated, like, you know what I mean? That would speak to such like a weird middle ground that is actually there in so much of our culture. That is like people that do appreciate maybe a little bit of, a little bit of film, a little bit of culture, but aren't like up their asses about it.
Pretty much every single like urban movie of the last 30 years, it's always been the protagonist is like, I'm the first one from my family to even graduate high school, and now here I am on this campus, and everyone's coming at me. Oh, dude. So I watched some black movies. I watched Poetic Justice. Do you know what Poetic Justice is?
Poetic?
That is
No, I'm looking it up now.
is Tupac and
Keep
Janet
going.
Jackson.
Oh wait, I know of this movie. Wait, hold on. I know of this
here's
movie.
the thing. Not even
Keep
the movie
going.
itself. The movie itself is fine. It's 90s, etc. But the thing that kills me
1993.
is, do you know why it's called Poetic Justice? Because
No.
Janet
Still
Jackson
reading after
plays a
murder.
character named Justice that writes fucking poems.
Yeah, wow. Janet Jackson writes. Hairdresser Justice, played by Janet Jackson, writes poetry to deal with her pain of her loss, of her murder of her boyfriend. Wow, that's way. There's a way better title.
There's
a way better
love that
title
it's
for that. That's a shame.
Simple. Like what would be
It's too on
another
the nose.
dumb aphorism like that? And let's just turn it into a dumb movie idea.
Afro spiritual, like it's like honestly, they are being ridiculous in this. Like,
Oh,
it
I
is
got it.
really bad.
Okay. So
In the
penny saved is
what are
a
you thinking?
penny earned. You know what it's about? Our protagonist is named Penny. She's a born again Christian, but now she's trying to get her fucking kids back. Saved and
Oh yeah,
earned.
you mean like equivalent? Right. You could do like one of my favorites being just like how many does it take to change a light bulb? And then the whole thing of the movie is like it's an electrician who was actually raped as a child, and then a psychiatrist finds him and tries to fix him or something. Like, you're just like, all right, dude, this is fucking, come on, just name it something. Too much. Like, it's too
Gregory
much.
Stitch has to go back in time
shit.
to find the 9 gems. A stitch in time saves 9.
Sleeping on a what is it? Sleeping on a pea. What the fuck was that?
Yeah, Pea and the Princess.
Pea and the Princess. Was that the one?
Oh, I know.
It's just Pea and a Princess.
it's the
I thought
Princess
it was
and the
also
Pea.
something else.
The princess and the pea and
that's the way it
the
goes.
depend undergarment because she peed the bed. Yeah.
Oh,
what a classy.
right. Oh God, dude, these are, yeah, and it's just, it's just some grocer someplace who unfortunately like had his mother murdered by a gang member, and then a woman detective comes to save him. It's just, I don't know. They're just
We
they're
could
just
use
so
we could
trite.
use
They're
our
just so
new
trite.
aphorism of Johnny Seal has a dick so big he can't help but trip over it. Can he? I don't know. I love how everybody still does that voice, and I say that like it's mockingly, as if I myself wasn't just doing it. People still do that voice, but there has not been a trailer with a narrator like that in like easily 15 years.
Well, that's weird because you know what? I've been wondering. I don't want to go into that because that's like a whole, just a thing I keep wondering, and that would just cause me to research. Like, because I feel like with some movies are still picking voiceovers, and yes, they are going with people that still have that type of thing. But you're right. A lot of times that's very blasé now. It's they're going for just like cold opens that they have to just long trailer. That's why we have the long trailer now. That's why trailers now are like 45
they are
minutes
super long.
long.
There's a new thing that started though, which I love, which is any kind of drama or horror movie. Every single trailer, they have to take a happy song and they have to do it in a minor key, like super low, just like coming this November. I know what boys like. I know what guys want. Can she escape the boys? I know what boys like me. So bad. And it's everywhere. I heard like a Tom Waits one the other day, which I didn't think was popular enough.
It's Tammy Faye Baker.
No, you know what it is? The I know what boys like. That is the dramatization of the Duke Lacrosse rape case.
Oh. So it's just been. I mean, I think I definitely remember seeing this cover for Poetic Justice.
It's her from the side, Janet. Dude, I would have loved to have just been on the set because you have, Rich her entire life, Janet Jackson. Her brothers did the hard work. She was already like on fucking Family Ties by like 9. And then you have Tupac, like, my mother had me in prison. Like, how well did they get along on set?
Yeah, but I mean, dude, he got famous fairly
very.
young too. I mean, it's not like.
If
But
we're
you're
being honest,
right
he
in
did
terms
everything fairly young because he was dead at fucking 26. So.
Yeah, true. Yeah. And then Janet Jackson, I don't know. She's got such. I mean, in this, she seems so evergreen in these pictures. Like, I just have pulled up. If you just put in Poetic Justice and then just hit images, you just have such an evergreen persona. She looks so wonderful, so happy. It's a dramatic role, and you couldn't see a better pairing. And then you just have such a sad. Gosh, she looks great. And then you just have a sad fucking name for a movie. Dude, the fucking tagline.
I do not know the tagline.
Do you know the tagline? Oh, dude. A street romance.
All right, here's the thing.
That's
Most of that movie takes place on a road trip from L.A. to San Francisco. It's on an actual street. I'll take it.
Wow.
They're riding a postal
Super
truck
great.
up, but there is a fun scene where you know what they do. God, this is funny. So it's Tupac, Janet Jackson, and their friends who are with them, who are also a couple. They see a Johnson family reunion sign off the side of the street, so they just pull over and pretend to be part of the Johnson family to like steal food. I don't mean that in a bad way. I don't mean that they all steal, but just.
No, yeah,
Just the way they sink in and bullshit, like, oh yeah, I'm Lene's boy. Like, oh well, come here, cousin. And fucking Maya Angelou's hanging out for no reason. It's a thing.
The film's going. It's sensitive. It's a sensitive, intelligent, attempting to explore difficult theme, even if the realization is a bit shaky. Yeah, dude. It's very short synopsis here. Only 2 stars according to
great.
Empire.
So I've been.
Yeah, it's a shame because they killed it with the cast though.
Oh,
I don't
no,
want to
dude.
get into this anymore, but I mean, this is like
The one last thing is it is that era of like early 90s black films where pretty much everybody in the cast was in Menace to Society. Everybody in the cast was in fucking
right.
I almost said Boys to Men. What the fuck? Oh, what's the name of that movie? Boys in the Hood. Boys to Men in the Hood would have been a great fucking movie.
Boys to Men, back again. Oh, I forgot.
Not a
this isn't,
video podcast.
video,
Put that
sorry.
away, Neil. They can't see it, and I don't want to.
Dude.
Well.
It's so good.
So, well, hold on. It's been. No, you go ahead.
Go ahead, bud. Well, I was gonna say, you're quarantined with a loved one right now. You're quarantined with a young lady of yours. You're picking at your toes like a disgusting animal. What's the outside world feel like towards you? I mean, how do you feel about the outside world? What do you, how do you feel on the inside? What do you think of the inside?
I mean, it's okay. So I wanted to get people up to speed with what happened since we've gone off the air, and this falls into that.
Sure.
I continued dating my girlfriend Perry, and my life got much better. Turns out, I really just hate so much of my depression just came from being single, and I fucking hate that about me. That it just took that little bit, like, oh, I guess life's not worth living, and then as soon as I just start dating a cute Jewish girl, like, oh, I'm fine. I literally have no problems, none.
those Jewish broads could fix anything. I mean, think about it. They fix kind of Jesus. If Mary's mother, Mary ran up. She was like, oh, no, he's dead. And then he came back 3 days later. It's kind of
A
like
mother's
that. I mean,
kiss
she's doing great work.
does great things. They'll bring you back from the dead.
Oh, it's so gross. Perry's your mom now.
Yeah,
It's
that
gross.
analogy ran away from me. I'm fine with that.
but-
I can live.
Yeah, it ran away, definitely. But no, I mean, yeah, this all happened. And
She
it's,
and I moved into a new
mean,
apartment together. Our first time living together in this new place. We moved in March
Yeah,
13th.
baby.
We immediately started working from home that day. Like the world shut down as soon as we walked inside. And we were both trepidatious
pretty
about
much.
living together just because she'd never done it before with a boyfriend. The only time I'd done it, there was still a roommate, and the relationship didn't last long. So the whole time it's like, all right, well, we're gonna dip a toe, and we'll be sure to stay out of each other's way, and everything will work out. And then the fucking governor shows up on TV and says, "You're not allowed to leave her, or you'll die.
lockdown.
If you leave this house without her, you will fucking die, and I will shoot you or fine you either way." And
Okay, that's not what
No. Oh, I'm sorry. Are you not feeling the government's boot on your neck? You're not a patriot?
No. No.
I've
not
been
at all,
out there
considering I was
protesting
just out
day
not too
in
long
and
ago.
day out, and my voice has not been heard because I'm nowhere near City Hall.
Yeah, it might be a problem. You might need to get out there a little bit more, buddy. Jesus Christ. I mean, yeah, it's got to be strange. I think it's a very unique. I wonder how many people. I want to hear from people. I think we need to cut a nice clip of like, hey, just got with a new girlfriend. We just moved in. Then quarantine happened, and just like that, and just be like,
Fucking,
and then underneath just be
fucking
like,
Curb Your
anybody else?
Enthusiasm.
Like, because that's such a crazy, awesome thing to have, and it's good. I
Yeah,
mean,
Perry's
Perry's
great.
awesome. But it's a thing of like how many people it didn't work out. in
Oh,
the same
I
way,
saw
right?
I don't think he'd mind me saying so because I had to take my rabbit to the hospital today, the rabbit hospital. Fellow comedian, what? You don't know the rabbit hospital?
Please don't
It's right
do
by the
it.
lizard
Sorry.
dentist. It's a very strange chunk of town. The real estate is dropping. Nobody knows why they put all that there, how they got the zoning.
My Who Framed Roger Rabbit is no one's
I
gonna get
got
that
it.
one. No one's gonna get that. Please don't do it.
But anyway, comedian Dan Clark lives nearby that place. So while my bunny was being seen, I actually just hit him up randomly. Not somebody I know crazy well, but I feel like there's certain comics you just align to, just like, oh, you're a piece of shit like me, right? Okay, cool. He's one of those. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, it's true. I mean, I don't know that specifically. Usually, every comic hates me,
Well,
but
no,
yeah,
no,
I can
I
get that. I
totally
can
judge my
understand
friends
that.
in comedy by like if they're willing to talk shit with me. As long as if just one day they're just like, can you believe this fucking shit is getting booked? Like, oh, you're my buddy. Anyway,
You believe how many people are pretending they're doing virtual shows?
yeah.
Ugh.
If you're somehow
just-
listening to this and are not in the comedy community, so comedians, this thing was happening maybe 3 days. We were like, can we have an open mic online or something? Like these are people, and you know what they're doing? All the same jokes they've done before. These are people who do not care about the writing. They just have. They're like the guy. You know how the guy from the band Aphex Twin, how he has a compulsion to put his face all over everything. That's these people with their dick jokes. They just need. If my dick joke is not being heard or seen, do I really exist?
Dear God. First of all, sorry, you went deep references, so I had to look up Aphex Twin just to understand what you were saying. I've never
You need to
heard
look
of this
up the
band
music
ever.
video for "Come to Daddy." It's horrifying, and much true to his form, there is a gaggle of school children that are all wearing a mask of his face, fucking chasing somebody, and it's terrifying.
Oh yeah, I see that. That is creepy.
Oh, but anyway, so I go over to Dan Clark's because he's nearby,
Sorry.
and we have a nice little social distance hangout. And fuck, I thought I had more to say here, but I remember now. So again, I moved in with this girl. While I'm talking to Dan, he says like, yeah, I had actually just started dating a girl when this started, and now I haven't seen her in a month.
Yeah.
To which I said,
Yeah.
To which I
talked to
said,
him
she
about
doesn't have
that.
a male roommate, does she? He's like, no, she lives alone. Like, okay, you're fine. Wait, does she have a male dog? And he said he didn't know. So I don't know.
Jesus
We'll
Christ.
see. We'll see how that relationship. You know, there's people fucking their pets right now.
No,
You live
you
alone.
think?
If you are a 20-something young lady and you live alone and you have a compromised immune system, but you have a fucking Labrador with a little red rocket, you're thinking about it. You're looking at the dog.
Christ,
You're looking at
Jesse
the
Tramp.
peanut butter. You're looking at the dog. You're looking on the peanut butter. You're looking at your pussy. You're looking at the peanut butter. Looking at the dog. Looking at your pussy. Do I not understand women?
Jesse Dram, we've never sunk so low. It really is. I mean, come on, dude. What was the first joke that I think Saturday Night Live did was, just women's, marital aids just exasperated. Just oh no, I broke my dildo or whatever. Wasn't that the whole joke?
I don't know. I don't watch
Bullshit
Saturday
joke?
Night Live.
Oh well. Some of us are a little more cultured than others. I mean,
So what's
Makes
your
sense.
situation since you've moved? I know we can't have names here, but you moved. You made a big life change, didn't you?
I guess so. I didn't see it as I didn't really
Well, I
see
mean,
it as a big life
well-
change for me. I mean, I was writing yesterday, and in writing it down, I kind of think of like, oh, I mean, 2019, not exactly my best year in terms of things. It's not terrible, but it's some things happened. But I mean, moving in was actually, it was good. There was no problems. I mean, it was as good as it could be. I think I had more fun in the extreme points of view of like moving in. Like we moved in, and it was the worst case scenario. Absolutely stereotyped move in on her side. I was prepped. I was ready. You helped me. Everything was boxed up. Clean the apartment. Everything's ready to go. Get to her house, and things aren't even packed. Like it was, quintessential, beautiful sitcom. You know what I mean? So other than that kind of stuff, it's like, oh yeah, all right. Well, that should happen. She get moved in. It's fine. It's all good. But now we're in a house. It's it's good. It's fine. I don't know. I didn't think of it as that big of a deal. Also, we've been together for a very long time. We've been together for a little
that's
bit
true.
now. So,
It's true.
listen, Jesse, when you've been together as long as we have, you have to understand, she's going to be who she is. I'm going to be who I am. Sure, my dick's out most of the time.
I still
but what
remember
are you
the
going to
first
do?
time I saw your grandmother. I took her down to the speakeasy, and I forced myself on her, which was acceptable in those days. And her father made us marry. This was in 2017.
Yeah, we really got shamed by the priest for not letting him, do it first. But whatever, it's going to be fine.
The mayor tried to enforce prima noctum,
I don't
which, what am I gonna do? Give unto Caesar what is his, and your wife's pussy on the first night. What are you gonna do? Prima noctum joke.
I didn't really think
Once
of it as
again,
like big stuff.
this
I don't
is
know.
why I don't
I mean,
get
I did
booked.
have the. Nope. Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, I have nothing with you. I'm drying up over here. But I didn't. I might have had a panic attack. Maybe. I'm not sure.
definitely did.
I think I remember. I might have because I do remember sitting there and kind of being. This is only for Magical Misery Tour. I remember sitting there and then just being kind of upset. Not upset, but like in a very grounded, like in my head way of just being like, fucking, you gotta. It's like someone being born and then sitting out, you're out tilling the field and then realizing like, God damn it, I had to be born during the Black Plague. Like fucking bullshit cocksucker. Like, you just get upset. You're like, oh, okay, cool. This is gonna be fun. So I hope this doesn't get so bad where I have to like fight a guy for food. Like that'll be fun. So I remember having those thoughts, and then maybe afterwards having a panic attack. But what might be a panic attack, we still don't know. I could just have lung cancer.
Either
So-
or.
Who knows? I don't know. And then also my sister, though. My sister, shout out, Sissy. I called her Sissy when
what
I
up,
was young.
Sissy?
It's a whole thing. I called her Sissy, and she was just like, "Yeah, I had a panic attack once." I was like, "What?" She's like, "Yeah, I had a panic attack when I was just in the car. I was pregnant with one of my nephews, and I won't say which one, but she was pregnant, and not to mention names. And then she's like, I just had a panic attack in the car. We were just we were on our way to something. I think we might have gotten into an accident or something terrible. She was just like, and I just had a severe panic attack, and she hasn't had one since. So I don't know, but I've been fighting with the weird sensations and possibly having panic attacks.
So you're having
it's only getting
lingering
better
now.
with the misery over on this side. It's definitely not. Like I said, dude. I mean, if it's panic attacks, I'm just like, I think it is. I think you're right. I think it is because I've been able to control it. I think it's not that I'm. Again, it's not like I'm like, oh no, I have panic attacks now and I can't handle it. It's more of I haven't been to a doctor, and if somehow I've been manipulating myself into thinking I'm okay. You know what I mean? Like it's the same thoughts you have like with panic attacks. It's like, oh no, I'm dying. But you at least know that you've been diagnosed with anxiety. Like you might have went to the hospital and be like, no, dude, you're fine.
When this had started, if I had gone to the doctor right away, I probably would have been fine. I spent 6 months just thinking I was dying.
Oh, right. See, now, right. And I guess just knowing you and knowing a lot of people with anxiety, I was just like, all right, this is either one of two things. I'm either now experiencing panic attacks or like weird, faint kind of feelings of them sometimes. Comes on, it seems to happen at night. I'm wondering if these are the same things you have at night.
Here's
sometimes
the thing.
of just
my anxiety
like,
was
like weird
always better
instances
at night and worse in the morning, but from what I understand, that's kind of unique to me. So,
well, see, all of this though. So what's annoying about this? I want people to write in and like comment and talk to us about it because all of the problem with being diagnosed with anxiety is that everyone has said it. You experience it differently. So all of you are being, to me, the WebMD. You're not as good as the WebMD. You're the same thing of just being like, I mean, it could happen in any way, shape, or form. You could be feeling those things because of nothing. It could be that you just have an actual medical problem, but it's not severely, it's not causing severe problems, and you've been able to just kind of work through them, or it hasn't erupted or something, or hasn't broken, or whatever it is. So it's probably just anxiety, and in which that case, if it is, I'm more than capable of handling it. I'm just weirded out about the times it comes and doesn't. It's just there's no logic to it. So I'm very much thrown off as a logic person. I'm just kind of just being like, really? I think I woke up last night. I had like a very small amount. I have like a little bit of orange juice and vodka, very small amount. I'm talking like a little cupful, maybe 2 cupfuls. I was watching Aliens.
Okay. Yeah, you got to get
just to do a
little bit
rewatch for
lighter.
some fun. Yeah, it's so fun. And then I woke up on the couch later. I'd fallen asleep on the couch. I'd fallen asleep pretty late. I woken up a little bit, and then all of a sudden kind of sat up. I was like, oh, shit, am I about to have a fucking, like... And then I just kind of was like, just breathe it out. I don't know what your problem is. Or all of a sudden it just might have... It felt like I was about to have one, and I was just like, no, you're not. Just shut up. And I just didn't have... It's just this stupid weirdness. I'm like, why? I literally woke up and did nothing. Like, it wasn't like, I woke up scared, but these things could be triggered or nonsense. I don't know. I feel like such a wimp.
Yep.
I feel like such a sissy. Not
the
to
worst
malign
feeling
my
in the
sister.
world was waking up and thinking, "Oh my God, I'm turning into Jesse." Yep.
Yeah.
No.
There's just no logic. I just don't understand why all of a sudden I'm like, I guess I'm I don't feel right, or I just don't. Yeah, so it's stupid and I hate it, and I don't want it to persist. I keep just working out. I worked out
That's
today.
Good.
How's your workout routine going? As we're coming in on 43 minutes, we should actually make this better.
It's okay. We're rusty. Everyone's rusty. Shout out Rusty Wright.
Yeah,
Sweet Heat Podcast. Anyway. Pretty much all I'm doing is jogging and like occasional push-ups. That's really it. But I'm jogging like every fucking day, just because particularly working from home as well. It's just I'm still stuck inside in a sedentary position for a good chunk of the day. So for me to be okay in
That's
this
good,
isolation, it's I need to be able to get out on my own and just fuck off for an hour. So
Telling you, dude, rotation planks. Get those rotation planks in. The large plank to like an elbow plank in, plus some little leg raises, dude. You're gonna be cutting that belly fat down, and also you could do as little as you want, because those workouts are like kind of extreme at long to So you like you're doing a push up, and then just go down to an elbow on one hand, and then go down to an elbow on another hand, and then pop back up like that, and then go down and up, and that works your like core really well. And there also you could do 5, right? You could do 5 in a rotation of like, I'm doing some push-ups, and then I'm going to do 5 of these, and then I'm going to do just stick with my push-up routine, and then maybe do 5 more later. Like, you can work them in whenever, dude. They're really good. They're really nice. They work your whole core and your side plank, like your planks. It's a nice plank movement.
right,
Yeah, try them out, dude.
All right, so we're at 45 minutes. Let's bring this in for a landing. So, fuck, what do you think happens with the world from here? As of right now, we are 6 weeks in quarantine. This is April. What's the fucking date?
Today is the
5th.
26th.
Yeah. It's
25th.
April 25th, 2020. We have been in quarantine for 6 weeks now, and still really no end in sight. There's talk about some things opening up.
Yeah, I mean, best case scenario, if these morons don't. I should say that, like, I get it if you're in a less populated area and then people are still being safe, but I just don't count on them to be as safe as possible. But if you're in a less populated area, then it makes sense. If you're in, Bumble Hills of Virginia and stuff, it's like, okay, well, there's no reason for you to be as quarantined as us. That is just common sense. It does make sense that you wear a mask, wash your hands, have some gloves, or just try to wash your hands after going to a grocery store. Like that still makes sense, right? So best case scenario, things start to open up. A little bit, less populated cities, or not even cities, like less populated areas open up. The cities are still going to be on lockdown. So you and I, this is what we're paying for moving out of our disgusting little trashy homes in Jersey, bro.
I could be doing all sorts of shit. I'm sure there's bars around there that have not closed.
Yeah.
Because, who the fuck's going to come? The cops
I wouldn't
are
be
their main
customer
surprised.
base. I mean, I definitely wouldn't be surprised. Yeah. Or it's also just like you're able to just have people. Like there's, if we wanted to, we would just have people. Actually, the age group of my family at this point, they're being fairly safe. But if this was like we were younger and stuff, I wouldn't be surprised if they were having a little low-key party, just being safe, having a little low-key
the
party.
very first virtual open mic I saw was a friend of ours. He's on the podcast network. It was still early into this thing. And I was actually shocked to see, he just invited 6 comics over to his house. They didn't even Zoom it. He just invited people over to his house to do comedy in front of a webcam. And, dude, you're having people in your fucking house? What are you doing?
That's a bold strategy.
Granted, it was at the beginning. But still,
I mean, I just did talk to Cody Wright today. I'm guessing it was
I
him.
can see that.
I love him. He's fucking so infected. Yeah. But yeah, I think that's the best case scenario. Worst case scenario, I don't know. I think we're all arriving at the same conclusion. Like things in low populated areas need to start opening up. Other places need to be cautious. Need to, populated areas, cities and stuff like that, densely populated cities need to be worried. I think it's just going to open up slowly. I don't think you and I are going to be doing comedy or anything like that anytime soon. Like, obviously, it's just like populated, gatherings. They're not recommended. So I can't imagine. And then we don't know if this is how much is going to die in the summer versus if it's coming back like the Spanish flu did in 1917, 1918 in the fall, because this is very reminiscent of that. I mean, reminiscent in terms of the time. This is when it became the most deadly going into the fall. So yeah, I don't seem too enthused about that. So I don't know. I'm not excited to. I guess I'm gonna do a virtual show eventually. I guess if it's just that
it's worth it.
silly,
If
I
you-
don't
if you
know.
get some
I also
new-
don't know. It's like no one's chomping at the bit. I've had a couple people ask, but it's not like, as soon as I turn them down, I'm guessing they're just like whatever. There's a bunch of people lining up to be like I'll do it. I'm like whatever.
I don't know. If I have some material I really want to get out there and feel strongly, like I'll try it because I'm still trying to write all through this, but we'll see.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just an absolute mystery. It is a mystery tour. That's what we're on now, buddy. Now the podcast
go.
has come full circle. We are actually in a misery tour.
The whole
You
world
and I
is on a
are
misery tour
just.
together.
I mean,
it's great.
I watched It Chapter 2 just to feel
Mm-hmm.
something recently. Still love the graphics, love the horror, love the blood in it, loved everything they did. Yes, it knows that the ending is not good, and that's fine because even he knows it. Even fucking
King?
what's his face knows it. Because he's in the movie, he references it multiple times. It's bullshit, but it was fun. I'm just gonna keep watching fucked up shit, and just watching death and
yeah,
mayhem.
when we do this again, we should go down like the top art of what we've taken in during this. Because I've been watching so many fucking movies. We only got to Poetic Justice, but I mean, come on, there's more than that.
Yeah, true. Yeah, true. Okay. Yeah, well, we can do that. I'm fine with that. There's also some great artists that I've been checking out a little bit of, but African American artists who's great pattern, like photorealistic pattern backgrounds with reminiscent black figures that are basically in almost emperors or like positions of like colonized power, who are kind of in regal poses but have these delightful backgrounds that are just absolutely like decadent. Like you would see these in castles, you would see them in 16th century, 15th century, 17th century, like French castles of like expensive wallpaper. So he does that as photorealistic
let me just
background
ask,
in front
are you
of this
100% sure this isn't just blackface on Henry VIII?
I'm 100% sure it might be that. Now that I'm thinking about it,
I'm glad I double checked that. You never know.
Thank you. You know what? It might be
Blackface is
that.
the silent killer of our era, so you really need to be.
Yeah, Charlie Sheen. It might be Charlie Sheen pretending, and he might be blackface pretending to be Henry VIII. I forgot about that.
Can't make movies like that anymore. It's a shame.
Well, no, Jesus Christ. Well, no, it's not that. I have to remember the name of the artist.
do that.
I'll get you back to
And
you.
we'll
But I've
talk
been
about
checking
that
out some
next
cool stuff.
time.
That's the whole point.
So, Neil, if you could tell us what you're working on and where we can find you.
Oh boy, Neil Wood comedy for some things, and I am Neil Wood for all the other things. You can check out. Obviously, Nerds with Words is live streaming every Sunday. There's some great extras on the Patreon. You can get a sweet tattoo if you jump on the Patreon for $5 every other month. We pick out somebody. This is still going on. I mean, you can still win that and then get your tattoo when this is all over from Sweet. Curls Junior Tattoos. Anna.
She is tattooing my girlfriend. She's tattooing my
Gabrielle.
girlfriend as soon as we're out
She's
of
so
this.
great. Yeah, she's so spectacular. So you could do that now, but just Patreon, $5 will get you into that contest. We pick a name out every month. You get a free tattoo, and we're talking big, man. We're talking like softball size, full color tattoos, man. She's
Nice.
incredibly wonderful about it. So I would get onto that. That helps us out. It supports us. And check out, of course, Magic Misery Tour. I might be doing a virtual thing. I think just stay up my social media again. I am Neil Wood or Neil Wood Comedy.
All right. Well, thanks for that. You got all that. I am starting another podcast, the I Hate Infinite Jest podcast. I am reading that gigantic, bloated tick of a novel, Infinite Jest, beloved by hipsters, hated by women, and hated by me, Jesse Dram. I think this is the first time I've been 100% on the side with the feminists. Fuck that book and anybody who likes it. We'll be going by about 40 pages at a time and really diving into what people like about this dried turd of a novel. And, so look out for that. And this is the Magical Misery Tour saying, keep it sad.
Keep it frosty,
keep it
bitches.
frosty, bitches. Don't trip over your dick seal. I'm Jesse Dram. That's Neil Wood. We'll see you next time. Goodbye.